Hey everybody, Coach Mark here again at Evolve Training Center with another theme of the month. This theme of the month, we're going over breaking angles, taking an angle on our opponent rather than going forward and backward in a straight line. Take an angle on your opponent, give yourself a better opportunity to fire and not get fired upon. So now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use my cones here as my opponent. Now mind you, I didn't want to use a bag or anything so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Breaking an angle is this. If my opponent comes forward, instead of me just retreating backwards, or even if my opponent's going backwards, instead of me just coming forward in a straight line, I want to take an angle on my opponent, okay? It gets me out of the line of fire, but at the same time, it keeps me on top of my opponent so that I can fire back. Okay, so now, from fighting position, there's a ton of ways I can go. Basically, I'm gonna do the basic one. I wanna stay away from my opponent's power side, and that is usually his right side. That's on my left, so I'm gonna go to my right. I'm just gonna slide over to my right. That's gonna be my primary movement. I'm sliding over to my right, away from the power side. If his power side's the other way, he's a southpaw, I'm gonna go away from the power side. His power side is his left, so I'm going to my left, away from his power side. Now what I want to do too is have some pivots. So now, quicker angle here, I step over, I turn quickly, breaking an angle, rather than just retreating back. I step over, I'm creating an angle, I'm going there, okay? I might be close, I step over close, and I spin around my opponent. So that's what I want to do, break an angle instead of going forward and backwards in a straight line. Now what I'm going to show here is a footwork pattern of a basic right-handed person. Their lead foot is their left, and this cone to the rear is their right. So now if that one's in front, their power side is their right, okay? So again, now I'm here, instead of moving back, I'm gonna step over, away from that power side, that's their lead foot. I'm gonna step over and slide out. Now every time I do that, he's gotta reset. His power side is further away from me. Every time I slide over to my right, he's gotta reset to find me. It gives me ample time to not get hit with that right hand, okay? Now you could also go to the left in this position. If that's his lead foot, I'm gonna come over, but now I'm sort of, for a split second, in his, what's called a horse position. His feet are equidistant apart. He's facing me frontal, and that might give me a whole array of options. I know his power sides, I moved into the power side, but it gives me a whole array of options to a frontal facing opponent. So again, to my right, against a orthodox opponent, away from the power side. To my left, I get him in a frontal position for me to get anything I want in a frontal position. Okay, so now, switch the sides. Here's a southpaw, here's a southpaw. I wanna stay away from the power side on the outside. Away from the power side. There's my power side back there. Stay away from the power side. Every time I situate my stance on my opponent, I wanna be at least one pinky toe deviation to the outside of his lead foot. So that's where I'm at. Rather than just being in front of it, it kind of gives us both an equal position. He could throw his cross, I could throw my cross, I could throw my power kick, he could throw his power kick. I want to be one deviation at least on the outside. Better yet, even more. Better yet, even more. Boom, boom, okay? I could pivot out there, step, pivot, get him in a bad position. I could also step, pivot, get him in an open position, give me frontal position, and I could fire away at an open opponent. Technique one is going away from an opponent's power side if they're an orthodox opponent. That means their right hand is in the back and their left hand and left foot are in front. I am a right-hander, so I'm gonna break away from the power side as a right-hander. With my left foot in front and my right in the back, what I'm gonna do first is I don't wanna cross my feet. I'm gonna step over with my rear foot, keeping my stance open. I'm gonna step into an open stance, but that's only for a split second. I step over and I slide back, resetting against my opponent, and now I'm in a position that's optimal against my opponent. So if he's situated like that, his left foot's there, right foot's there, I step over, boom, and now I'm looking at him in a linear position. He's looking at me in a linear position. It's very difficult to defend if you're in a linear position like so. If I was standing like this with my left foot in front, my right directly behind it, linear position. Very easy to manipulate if you understand stand-up combat. Very easy to manipulate a linear opponent. So again, he's staggered, he has a nice strong stance. I step over, I slide out, and now I got my opponent in a very linear position. I could sweep, I could go and grab, I could fire from the outside, inside, whatever I want. Okay, breaking away from the power side on an orthodox opponent. This technique is breaking to the open side of my opponent. Now you might be thinking, well, you're gonna break to that side, you're gonna break an angle to the open side of your opponent. You're going towards the power side. Isn't that a sort of wrong move? I don't usually say wrong in my academy, I just say it's a little different. You have to weigh the consequences of what you're trying to achieve. I am going to the power side, but I am doing something else as well. So again, my opponent is in a nice position, lead foot's right there, back foot's back there. I'm gonna break towards his power side, but I'm gonna do it quickly. I step, I pivot. Step, pivot. Now, if you can see here how I'm facing this, my 2 feet here, it's in a frontal position, what I call a horse position. They're like standing like so. So if I break inside, hip, now he might be standing in a horse position, looking for a clinch or what have you, or he has to retreat back. Either way, I'm gonna fire, okay? Boom, boom, okay? I can go here, I'm frontal position, I wanna fire something else. Taller opponent, I might go to the frontal position just to keep him away, get him to open up his torso a little bit, make him a bigger opponent, make him a wider target for me to attack, okay? Breaking towards my opponent's power side. This one is angling against a southpaw opponent. Angling against a southpaw opponent, you want to be on the outside and on top, meaning top position. You want to maintain a higher position than your opponent. I'm not saying you're going to have to be taller, but stay on the outside of my opponent and sort of on top. Like if their hand is here, I don't want to be on the bottom of it and exposing my face. I want to be on top and pushing them towards my power side, even if I'm fighting for that power side with my footwork. So again, their foot's in the front. Sort of our feet are now kind of close to each other. Every time I want to angle on my opponent, I'll step to the outside, step, pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot. And if my opponent doesn't turn with me at the proper time, I'll have an optimal position to fire and be safe. Break away, top and outside against a southpaw opponent. And now you can see their feet are linear. They have to turn the corner, and by that time, I'm firing. Stay safe and give yourself a better opportunity to fire. So break an angle on your opponent. I know our first gut instinct when you're beginning is to move back against an oncoming opponent. That's a basic gut reaction. Try to get offline. I always call it get off the track. A train's coming, just hop right off the track to the left or right. If they're moving back, don't stay in the same linear position all the time because they're also measuring you for a counter. So the better you move off to the side, makes it a lot difficult for your opponent to zero in on you. So break an angle.